Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute, but a lot has happened in the past few weeks, y'all. Oh my goodness. I had a very eventful Thanksgiving break. If you follow me here on YouTube or Instagram, then you know your girl got engaged. What? Your girl is a whole fiance, period. My man got on one knee, and y'all, let me tell you, he did his big one, okay? He did his big one. So I'm gonna have to do like a whole video on the day and how everything went down. I guess I can do it now. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, I got some time because I'm getting ready to go to lunch with my friend. I just had a birthday. Your girl is 31. But let's get into it. I was hosting for 2 weeks for Thanksgiving. My brother and his family came the week before Thanksgiving, and we had like an early Thanksgiving celebration. And then my parents were still here. Cyril's family came into town, and then we hosted Thanksgiving, which we always do every year. I love hosting in general, but Thanksgiving seems to be our thing. We typically host like our family and stuff like that. Day of my engagement, I knew that this was like, we had put a timeline, okay? So I knew with that, plus the conversations that we were having in therapy and just like the time of year, that's the only crossover that our families would be together. So like I knew something was going down, and I just assumed like, okay, this is probably the time, because I told him, I said, if you're gonna do this, you need to make sure my people is there. And ladies, make sure you let your man know certain things that you would like, okay? Now, you may feel like they not listening, but my man was listening, okay? So, boom. The day before Thanksgiving, his family had came the night before. Well, everybody had got there throughout like from Monday to Wednesday. So this was Wednesday. Wednesday morning, we had stuff planned. So we went to the store looking for stuff for our Christmas pictures, because we were going to be taking ugly Christmas sweater pictures and then also fall pictures. Well, he got us outfits. So I'm like, okay, matching outfits. But I was also equally excited because we hadn't taken any fall pictures in a really long time. So I was just like, oh, this is perfect. Like, that was where my mindset was. Not necessarily that was where it was gonna be, but I knew that we were all gonna be together during that time. So before like my parents got there, we asked my mom, like, what are some things that you wanna do while you guys are here? Because usually when they come, like, we eat, we go and get a lot of food and stuff like that, but for the most part we just chilling inside, playing games, stuff like that. So she was like, let's do like the zoo. We haven't done that. Heard that that's really nice. And then like a museum. So she had chose the Natural Science Museum in Houston. So cool. He scheduled like, let's just go Wednesday, that'll be perfect. And then his best friend was off from work, so she was gonna be taking our pictures. So that morning we went to the store. Then my best friend calls me. I'm in Target. And it wasn't really weird, but it was kind of weird. My best friend has a young baby, and she's 9 months, almost a year, but I try to be conscious of when I call her, just because like, one, the time difference, two, like late nights, early mornings, like I know. So most of our conversations tend to be during the evening. So she calls me, it's probably like 9 a.m. and she's like, hey, what you up to, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, not much, we just in the store. I'm looking for some jeans because we're supposed to wear Christmas sweaters, dark jeans. So we were just chatting, regular conversation, because she's coming to Houston in a few weeks or whatever. So we're just talking about that, trying to make arrangements and stuff. And then towards the end of our conversation, she's like, okay, what y'all got planned today? And I was like, oh, we're taking pictures, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, okay, how you wearing your hair? And I was like, how I'm wearing my hair? I mean, my wig is off right now, but I'm gonna put my wig back on for these pictures. But to me, in that moment that she asked me that, it was kind of like, most people, you need to go get your nails done. It was the hair, because I do my own nails and my nails were done. So to me, spidey senses were tingling, right? So I'm like, yeah, girl. And she was like, okay, cute, or whatever. later to find out that the reason that she asked me that was because, you know, we talked like multiple times that week, and she said I was rocking the same hairstyle, actually the hairstyle I'm rocking right now. And she was like, that was tired. Like, I need to make sure your hair was done right. So anyway, shout out to good friends, okay? So I ended up, after that, I made a video because I was like, oh, I need to make that I think I'm getting engaged video.
All right, y'all.
Because I just felt that something was happening. So I was like, but I was too scared. At the time that I made the video, it was like 10 a.m. I was too scared to say like what I thought was going to happen. I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want to be wrong. So I was just like, I think something's happening today. And that's how I left that first clip of the video. So later that day or whatever, we get home from running errands, we getting ready, packing up my bags. I had a campaign to finish up before 4 o'clock, so I was doing that, and my other best friend called me and she was like, hey girl, and I'm like, hey. Like literally when she called me and I saw it, I was just like, what is she calling me for? Like, this spidey senses, it's tingling. So I'm like, hey girl, and she was like, hey, and she started talking to me about cryptocurrency. So that kind of threw me off a little bit, only because I wasn't too suspicious because she had texted me like a few days before about it. So it was kind of like, okay, let me throw off the scent a little bit, because if she was just like calling just to be calling or whatever, I would have probably been like, girl, what is you calling me for? But anyway, so we chatting. She say that we trying to figure out the cryptocurrency situation, and then she like, oh, well, all right, girl, what y'all got going today? And I was like, we're taking pictures. She's like, okay, well, enjoy the time. Enjoy your day. And it was just like, that enjoy your day was just like, woo, woo, woo. What you mean enjoy my day? It's not my birthday yet. Like, what's happening that I don't know? So I just mental noted that or whatever. We get to the museum, we there, and I just feel it. Like, I feel like something's about to happen. I honestly felt like it was gonna happen during the picture. So I step aside. I finally get away because Sarah was watching me, and like I finally get away to be able to record like another clip of the video to say like, nah, I really think I am. And I finally said, I think I'm getting proposed today. I don't know, people acting weird. And that was, I had to make it quick because everybody was coming around me. So we go and take our photos. We all were supposed to be taking pictures. And so I'm like, oh yeah, this is when it's about to happen. Wow, wow, wow. Like, it ended up being at the place that we first took our family photo, well, me and him, our first photos when we were in Houston for Thanksgiving like years ago. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Like in 2018, we had like our first photo shoot at this location, and it was in Houston, and it was around Thanksgiving. Like, that's crazy. So we take our pictures, and it was at that spot or whatever. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is where it's about to be. But then his parents end up leaving. He's like, oh yeah, y'all go ahead because we're not gonna do the family Christmas pictures last minute. He was like, we'll just wear those tomorrow. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, so it's just me, him, Kai, and my parents. And so we go to the spot, we take some photos or whatever, and then he's like, all right, let's figure out what we're gonna eat, because by this point, we are all hangry. It's the day before Thanksgiving. We trying to figure out, like, okay, where could we get this many people in without, like, a super long wait, and it's the night before Thanksgiving. So a restaurant came to my head, and I'm like, okay, there's two people I know that always rave about this. They're not from Houston, but they visit often. So I was like, okay, boom. One of them, she don't really be answering her phone like that. So I was like, I need to answer quick. Let me call her best friend. And she probably gonna see my call and be like, oh, let me answer this real quick. So I call her. As soon as I call and she answers, she like, congratulations. I'm like, no. No, mind you, inklings are up. So her saying congratulations just like solidified what I was feeling. And so I was like, no, I just need the name to the restaurant. She was like, I don't want to talk anymore. And I was like, but I need the name of the restaurant. And she was like, and she tells me, and then she hangs up. Cyril and his best friend are standing right there, and they're like, she told you something, huh? And I was like, I got the name of the restaurant, and they walked away. They were pissed. So when they go and get the car, I make my full-on complete, I know something going down. I think I'm getting proposed to. Now, mind you, I don't know when though, because we have like the restaurant. Okay, so I got the restaurant name. I called my sister-in-law and I'm like, hey girl, here's the restaurant name. We're going to head there now. We just finished taking pictures, blah, blah, blah. She was like, okay girl, I'm 9 minutes away from the water wall. And I'm thinking, she's thinking, about us taking pictures and where we just had took pictures because there was waterfall, and I'm thinking that's what she's talking about. So I was like, oh no girl, we're not taking those pictures anymore. Just me, Kai, and Cyril took pictures or whatever. And so she was like, okay, so no wall? And I was like, what wall? Like I didn't know what she was talking about. So then I get off the phone and I'm like, Cyril, what water wall is she talking about? Like, what is she talking about? He was like, oh, my parents, I had told my parents we can take them over there so that they could see it, because usually we take people when they're visiting to go to the water wall. It's like a, you know, little sightseeing spot. So I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't aware about I wasn't aware of the water wall. So I call her back. I'm like, hey, misunderstanding. I wasn't aware of the water wall, but we're actually about to go there. Then we can go to the restaurant. She's like, oh, okay, cool, perfect. All right. So we head there. Now, mind you, this is totally organic. I thought this was just like last minute decision to show his parents something for us to do. So we pull up there. We see his mom and dad. They're sitting on like a bench or whatever. He's like, oh, look at them on a date. And I was like, y'all look cute. And so we walk in, and like one side of the water wall is broken. Cyril already knew that. I didn't. And I'm like, oh, it's broken. But we knew that the other side was working because we literally saw like the water. He's like, well, let's still show him this side of the broken water wall, whatever. So we showed them, and his dad was like, oh, so water comes on this side of the water wall? And I'm like, yeah, you'll see it on the other side. It's usually both sides. So we start walking to the other side. Mind you, it's mad windy. It's like blowing, spitting air, and then spitting rain. And then I see like this photographer, and I noticed him, but like he wasn't like taking pictures or anything. He was just standing there. But I'm also like, this is a tourist spot, so whatever. Like, I'm not gonna think too much of it. But like, he looks up at us like he knows us, or he just, you know, maybe he was acknowledging us. I thought I saw Cyril like nudge up, like, yeah, start type of thing. So we walk in. I'm getting ready to put my hair up because I'm like, it is so windy. And then that's when I hear the saxophone playing, and then I like look up. I see his best friend standing in the middle of like a red carpet holding a bouquet of flowers. And the significance of that is, when we were at the museum, his mom had just called Cyril and was like, he got in an accident, he totaled his car. So this whole time I'm thinking, y'all lied to me. It wasn't until after the fact he surely got in an accident and totaled his car on the way to get those flowers, and he Ubered to the location to make sure that he was there. Like, top tier friendships, okay? I started seeing glimpses of people because I guess Cyril had people like out or whatever, a ways away, so they started moving in, and then he got on his knee, and then it was just, yeah, y'all, they got me so good because I was not expecting the water wall. Like, I didn't even know about the water wall. So for that to all have transpired at the water wall was just crazy. And yeah, they did, he did amazing. Everybody did amazing. And yeah, y'all, your girl is a fiancé. Okay, a fiancé. We engaged, y'all. Yeah, it is so crazy. So crazy. But anywho, that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all the things, and stay tuned because we will be rolling out some more wedding planning content. Let me know what you guys would like to see, and I'll see y'all in my next one.